So today I just got some new yarn and I am so excited to tell you about the new projects that I'm going to be working on. I was in a little bit of a knitting slump, but not too big. Just I wasn't really inspired to do anything huge because I had just finished my Moby sweater, which I do still need to make a little bit of an alteration on, but it's okay. That's what happens. But let me show you what I have for my new projects. Just give me 1 minute here. Okay, so some of the yarn that I just got is because I realized that a few of the projects that I wanted to work on, I didn't have either enough yarn or the right type of yarn to do the project that I wanted to do. So it's kind of filler yarn is what I'm going to call that. The other yarn I got is for a whole project that I didn't have any yarn for, so I had to get it all. So I'm going to start with a big. So first of all, I got this yarn. It is Isager Tivini, and I also got mohair to go with it. It's by Sans Garn, and I thought it would look good together because I don't like an overly dark gray, but I also have noticed that too light of a gray kind of washes me out. So even though these look totally different, I mean, they're different companies, they're going to be different. I think they're going to look good together, and I'm hoping that more of this kind of color pulls through, but I'm obviously going to gauge swatch it and see how it looks. But I forgot to tell you what I'm making with this. I'm going to be making this vest by Petite Knit. I'm really excited. I think it'll look super cute, and obviously it is warming up. We're getting closer to summer, so I'm not going to be able to wear my big sweaters, but I still get cold in the office. So I thought a vest would be the perfect little combo to be able to stay warm. So I have a ton of this and I'm so excited to work on it. And let's see. So all the rest of the yarn I have is my filler yarn for my other projects. So let's see. I had this yarn that I got at a yarn shop up in Cap Hill. I really love the combo together, but if you remember my bandana that I've been wearing and loving nonstop, I noticed that I really love the mohair with it, and so I didn't want to knit this up until I had some mohair, but the mohair that I got online, it looked like it matched. I don't think it matches, so I'm a little bummed about that. These two are not the same green at all. I do like this green, but I can't use this for this, so I'm still on pause when it comes to doing this beautiful bandana that I want to make. But I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. I'm just becoming a little bit of a yarn hoarder, and that's okay because when I am in a slump and I don't have the yarn that I need, it's nice to know that there'll be some yarn that I can use. But this one I think is a really good match. Obviously it's not perfect, but I really like this, and I don't think it'll be that much of a difference. Like, look, let me squish it together. Squish. I think this is fine. But I'm still going to be on the hunt for a mohair that matches this. It's by Cascade Yarn, I believe. I really love it, and I think if I recall, I didn't see that Cascade had a mohair that was in this colorway, or I don't even think they make mohair, but I could be totally wrong on that. So if you can think of a mohair that goes with this color, please let me know, because I will buy it immediately and cast on this project. But until then, it's okay. I'm not in any great rush because, as you can see, I'm slowly accumulating more and more projects to do, and I'm excited about that. And let's see. Oh, the other thing I bought wasn't yarn. I bought needles. So I needed some new needle tips for this project, and I can't remember what the project name is. It's the Critter Socks by Infinite Twist, and I really wanted to make these to look like a koi fish. So a while back ago, I'd found this yarn at Acorn Yarn, and let's see, give it a little tour here. It's so beautiful. I think the colorway is perfect for a koi fish, and I'm going to mix it with this. right here. So give it a little bit more of that neutral. I think it's such a pretty color combo. But I did notice that the pattern, so it calls for a needle size that no matter what I didn't have. It was a US 2, but it says it's a US 2 or a 2.5 millimeter, which is, I believe, a US 1.5. There are two different needle sizes that are recommended in this. I didn't have either of those needle sizes, so I bought both of them, and I'm going to do a little gauge swatch in both of the needle sizes and see if which one meets gauge and go from there. I'm a little bummed because I feel like I'm going to waste a bit of yarn, but I think I'm going to do my little yarn hack, which is where I frog my gauge swatch and then I re-steam it so that it goes back to its semi-original shape, and then I can use it again without it having all those little wobbles through it. So I think I'll do that just to feel better, because I think this is a one-of-a-kind dye, so I don't think I'll be able to get it again, and I don't want to waste 2 gauge swatches on that, if that makes sense. So stay tuned. I'm not sure which I'm going to do first. Pretty sure I take that back. I do know what I'm going to do first. I'm going to swatch this up, see how I like this combo together, and see if when I eventually find the shade of green mohair that I like, if maybe I need to buy a different shade of gray if this doesn't knit up the way that I like. But I'm optimistic. I think it will all come together. But in the meantime, I am still working on my blue vest. I'm just making slow progress on it because I've had other hobbies that I'm trying to not neglect anymore. So if you didn't know, I just bought another book. I have been in a reading slump, so on top of knitting, I am trying to balance this out. So if you don't see me powering through any projects, it's just because I'm dividing my my hobbies, and I think that's a good thing. I tend to focus on one thing at a time, which I think it's fine. I think it's fine if you want to, power through a bunch of stuff because it's bringing you joy and you're having fun with it. But I also want to do other things that I know bring me joy. So we're doing that. Also, before I forget, yesterday when I was driving, I was coming back home and I saw literally a sign on the side of the road that said yarn with an arrow. And just so you know, that is probably the best and easiest way to kidnap me, is if you say there's yarn in a van or something, because I'll probably go into it. It is what it is. But it got me. I went to this little shop and it was so beautiful in there. There were so many different colorways and so much yarn. The only thing is that because I had just bought yarn for these projects, I knew what projects I already wanted to do, or I have other projects that I have in mind that I want to do, but I think those are more yarn specific, meaning I like getting the recommended yarn and projects. For me, I just find it a lot easier, less stressful, so that I'm not in the situation where I'm in now, where I'm trying to match up yarns and see if they're a good fit. But I did buy a little bit of yarn, even though I was a little overwhelmed. I found this little guy. And I love all the little flecks of different colors that are in the yarn. I think it's so beautiful. And I also think this would look so cute with just like a neutral. I'm picturing like a little sock or something, and maybe this is the toe and the heel for it. I think it'd be really cute. But I'm not going to wind this up until I know I'm going to use it. So I'm putting less stress on the yarn and it doesn't lose its tension. So until I decide that I'm going to use that, this is just going to go into my big ol' yarn pile that just is continuously growing. So that's all of the new yarn that I have. And am I boring you? He's just a little tired. Oh, if you didn't know, this is Mozzarella. He is my 15-year-old Coton de Tuilier who I've had for forever. He's my little best bud, my best friend. and he's always on my lap when I'm knitting. He loves being able to just kind of be on me. Right now he's just sleepy. So yeah, thank you so much for joining Mozzarella and I hope you stay tuned for all the projects that I'm going to be working on. I'm really excited to bring you along with me, and like I said, if you find that shade of green that you think matches this, please let me know, because green, I've heard, is one of the harder colors to match because the human eye can see more shades of green than almost any other color. So if your eye catches something that matches that, let me know. I'll be eternally grateful to you. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I hope you're creating something that you're finding inspirational, or at least just having fun with it, because that's really what it's all about. Whether you knit fast or slow, just have fun. That's all that matters. So, bye.